Welcome to On the Couch, and this time round we've got Jason Lee, the coach of the Div 2 men for the Coburg Giants. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, first off, Coburg this season. How do you rate your season so far? You've been solid. How do you think you're going to go throughout?
We've got a pretty good team. We had a tough start. We lost to Mildura by 3, and we dropped a couple of games to Western Port and Cranbourne, which games we probably shouldn't have dropped, but we did. We had a few players out, and but we've had a couple of good wins. Campbell yesterday, we beat Campbell, and beat Maccabi, and Horsham, who are flying at the moment. So look, we're going along all right, and I think we should be hopefully up there, towards the end of the season.
You were coach of the youth men's team at Coburg for 3 years. This is actually your first season with the D2 men, and you've summed that up pretty well. How did you feel 3 games into the season when you were sitting at 0-3?
I was pretty low. A lot of soul searching. But look, we got together. We had a good chat about a few things, and look, I take a lot of information from the guys. I'll let them have a little bit of input in what goes on. I think that's how it works really well with us, and we sort of come out now, and we're starting to make our way back up.
You're sitting 5th in the Terrell conference system this year in D2 men. You've probably had the chance now, a month and a half into, to settle in and just see what the conference system is like. What do you think?
I actually think it's a lot better than Div 1. We've got a lot of good players out there, a lot of imports that have come into the league, and I think the way it's set up now for Div 2 is brilliant. The conferences, I love it. I really think next year, I hope Div 1 does the same thing, and they move some of those teams up into Div 1, and just to bring a lot more imports back into the competition. It's brilliant.
Wind you back to the pre-season for a sec, Jason. A lot of the teams, we're hearing a lot of teams, including McKinnon, stocking up on big name players. And did
like Cal?
Like me, like my return. So I suppose the question
you were about to ask a serious question there.
Oh, wasn't.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, go on.
And then all of a sudden you whipped out DeMarcus Berry. How important has he been so far?
He's big for our program. He works a lot with the kids at Coburg. He does clinics. He's just huge for us. Look, we've struggled over the last 10 years with players. We haven't had an import for over 10 years, so it's big for us.
I think it's a really pertinent point that you make, because at times there are people who probably knock, why do you get an import in? I think this is a great, a great situation for yourselves. As you said, first time in 10 years. What does it mean to the junior program to have somebody like DeMarcus?
For starters, it brings crowds. The kids want to come and see him play. It just lifts spirits up in Coburg, because look, we've struggled with money. We fund ourselves. It's hard to find sponsorships. When we have an import, then sponsorships want to come on board. So it's real good for the kids. They want to come and see him play. It's good for the community, because it's there's not much around Coburg at all, and they love that kind of stuff. So
there's one thing that used to be around Coburg,
and
I know that some people down at Coburg, and God bless them, I love them down at Coburg. They weren't too happy with me last year when I referred to the
one of many.
Well, one of many. Okay, fair enough. Thanks, Cal. I referred to the Coburg men as the Jika boys, and obviously for those of us that have been around longer than the last decade or two, we know where Jika sits in Coburg, or used to sit. But it was something that it was a tag that you guys wanted to really move on quickly from and not be known as that, wasn't it?
We're trying to build the program. A lot of people were pretty disappointed in what was said, but look, we got on with things the way we normally do. We were trying to build up juniors and get them to come to the games, and it was a little bit chattering at the time, but we just moved on.
We often say, Jason, if we haven't disappointed you yet, just take a number.
Take a number.
We'll get around to you. Well, I know one of our favourite players, of course, last year in the competition out of Coburg. The man with the greatest name last season.
Fantastic. Mwimba
Maluma.
Yes.
Was it disappointing to see him go to Eltham?
It was, but it wasn't. He needed to try something different. I don't like to hold players. If they want to go, they go. It's the good thing about Coburg is that we accept anybody. We'll take anybody if they can play. And if someone picks them up and they want to try something different and go higher, by all means do it. I was sad to lose him, but hopefully one day he'll come back.
I think Kel was interested in heading over to Coburg, but you've just squashed that, considering you said you'll only pick up players that can play. So.
Yeah, there's my issue. But that does lead me to a question that I often ask coaches in Div 2, man. What system do you, your defensive system do you run to stop me?
Have you played McKinnon yet?
No, we haven't.
See, smack the crap out of him when you play.
We have in youth league. When I coached youth league last 3 years, we played, or when they first came in, played McKinnon, and we got a great point guard in Sam and
Sammy Hurren.
Yeah. A great, brilliant point guard. He's pretty hard to stop, and we had to find it pretty hard to stop him. But I think when we come up against Carlos,
he's pretty
going to be tough, real tough.
He's pretty good.
I'm hoping he doesn't get any minutes.
There's a fair chance that'll happen too, Jay. So there's a very good chance that'll happen. He's been a good sport. 3-3 at the moment, the Coburg Giants. Thanks for coming in, mate.
Not
joining us on the couch. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Hopefully the Giants are on the way up. We'll wait and see. See you next time.